folks. Good morning. A couple of minutes behind, but that's okay. I was having trouble getting connected to my hotspot today. Thursday, June 25th. It's good to see you this morning. Hope you are doing well. Hope things are going well for you. I trust that last night on the Zoom Bible study with Pastor Craig and with Judy Booker that you guys had a good time. Maybe you finished up. You might have finished up all of Revelation last night. I'm curious to find out how that went. So we'll get together and chat about that soon. All right. But I hope things are going well. I hope you're having a good day today, and I'm looking forward to getting back with you, and hopefully this is working just fine. I've got a little bit of a signal issue, but that's all right. It's good to see you. Let's start with the joke this morning. All right. I hear that the world tongue twister champion just got arrested, and what I heard was that they're going to give him a really tough sentence. Maybe yes, no. I thought it was good. I thought that was kind of funny. All right. Anyway, I will be back for this Sunday. We'll be starting our new series in the Lord's Prayer today, and digging into all of that good stuff. And it's gonna be good. I'm really looking forward to it. We do. I want you to know. That we are watching the numbers of the COVID-19 cases, and we will act accordingly. Again, we want to lead proactively. We don't want to lead reactively. So we're not going to make our decision based on what others are doing. We're going to make our decision based on what is best for you and for our congregation. So we are watching, we are praying, we are seeking His guidance and His direction. So, and that's kind of where this devotional is going to come from this morning. And as I was reading a little bit of scripture last night, putting Owen to bed, and he was watching Moana to help fall asleep. This is kind of what popped into my head today, and for today. And it's really it's this statement that none of us are really exempt from suffering or from loneliness or from discouragement or even what we see in the world, unjust criticism, right? Nobody is exempt. Man, I wish we were, but nobody really is. And so I think we have to ask ourselves the question, well, why? Why is nobody exempt from all that? Why can't we just, get a pass? Why can't, God say, all right, well, you don't deserve to have this, so you're not going to get it? Well, I think this is why, because Jesus suffered all those things. Jesus went through all of that. And I think we need to experience those things so that it can build our character to be just like Jesus was. Just like He is. Not was, He is. So does this mean, I think that causes us to ask another question, does this mean that God causes tragedies? No, I think the answer for that is no, too. God is a good God. God is a just God. He is a righteous God. He will not cause evil or do evil. That is not in His character. If He were to do that, we could just throw out the whole entire Bible. That is not in God's character. But God can use. He can use those dark times, those times of suffering, loneliness, discouragement, unjust criticism. He can use those times for good. He can. He can use our current troubles, the stuff that we're going through, to teach us to trust Him more. That's good, isn't it? He can teach us to trust Him more, and in those times, show us how to use those things to help others get through their trials, their tough times. He can help us in those times, show us how to draw closer to Him, and to teach others how to draw closer to Him. Here's our scripture for the day. I want you to read it, and as I read it, you can follow along if you want to read it out loud. It says that There we go. It says, we're pressed on every side by troubles, but we are not crushed. We are perplexed, but not driven to despair. We are hunted down, but never abandoned by God. We get knocked down, but we are not destroyed. 2 Corinthians chapter 4, verses 8 through 9. This is out of the New Living Translation. So, based on this passage of Scripture, what should we do when we go through tough times? What should we do? Well, I think we can see a couple of things right out of this passage of Scripture. First, I think we have to refuse to be discouraged. We have to refuse to be discouraged because we can see that we're not going to be crushed. We're not going to be crushed. We're not going to be driven to despair. We're not going to be abandoned by God. We're not going to be destroyed. So we have to refuse to be discouraged. And then remember that God is always with us. Always. I love that word. He is always with us. Always. That's a good word. And I think if you really look it up, in both the Greek and the Hebrew, there's a couple of words that translate for our English word always in the Greek and the Hebrew. But in this passage, it's Greek because it's 2 Corinthians in the New Testament. That Greek word that gets translated into our English word for always, if you really break it down and look at what it says and just the pure meaning of what it says, do you know what it means? Always. He will never abandon you. He will never leave you. So first, we refuse to be discouraged. Second, we remember that God is always with you. And then finally, we rely on His protection and guidance. God will give you protection. He's not going to protect you from things that are going to cause suffering, loneliness, discouragement, unjust. We have to go through that. We have to go through those fires to help refine that precious metal, which is what you are. You are a precious, precious piece of artwork created by the masterpiece, created as a masterpiece by the master's hands. We go through those things. We go through those times of suffering, those times of loneliness, of discouragement, so that we are built up into the likeness of Jesus. That's how we are created. So we refuse to be discouraged. We remember God is with us. And then finally, we rely on God's protection and guidance. I hope that we can be more like Him in the days ahead. God's light shines on us even in the darkest of times. And I want you to remember that. He is always with you. He will never leave you nor forsake you. Well, guys, I love you this morning. Hope you're doing well. I'm looking forward to seeing you and being back with you. I'm going to miss my family. I really do. But I know that they're going to have a great time here with Mimi and Papa and aunts and uncles. So, in the midst of all that, we will be back as a family in the middle of July. I'll be back with you much sooner. All right? Well, guys, love y'all. Appreciate you. Remember, as He is being a blessing to you, we should be a blessing to others. Love you guys. Take care. See you again. Bye-bye.